everyone. I'm Catherine Falk. I'm the Vice President for Public and Government Affairs at Cox Communications. I'm so glad to see you all here today. Thank you for being here. On behalf of Cox, we want to welcome you to our celebration of the launch of Connect to Compete. But before we get started, I'm going to take a brief moment to thank our wonderful partners at the Boys and Girls Club. And Michael, where's Michael, our site director? He's there in the back. And Juan He, thank you for having us here today. I also want to welcome our distinguished guests. So we're going to be quiet for just a second. We have the Federal Communications Commission Acting Chairwoman, Mignon Clyburn, here to join us. We have the CEO of Connect to Compete, Zach Leverance. We have the Secretary of Technology for the State of Virginia, Commonwealth of Virginia, Jim Duffy. We have the Chairman of the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, Sharon Bolova. We have the Fairfax County Public Schools Assistant Superintendent and Chief Information Officer, Mary Beth Lofglass. The Fairfax County Region Director for the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Washington, Juan He Kang. And I think Brent Wilkes is going to be joining us from LULAC very soon. We also have a number of distinguished guests who I'm going to introduce now. So hold your applause. It's a long list. We're going to start with State Senator Toddy Puller. Thank you so much for being here. We also have Delegate Kay Corey, I think, is going to join us. We have Delegate Scott Suravel, who's joining us. Thanks for being here. We have Delegate Vivian Watts joining us. We have Councilwoman Edith Frankel-Keller from Vienna and also the Southeast Fairfax Development Corporation. We have Mona Morrow from the president of the Fairfax County PTAs. Mona's here somewhere. All right, there's Mona. From Senator Mark Warner's office, we got Scott Price. Thanks for being here, Scott. We have some wonderful friends from the Falls Church City Schools. We've got Dr. Tony Jones, Stephen Knight, and and we also have Robin as well. Braun, is it? Braun. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We have Tina Hone, the founder of the Coalition of the Silence. And forgive me if I've missed anyone else. Did I miss anyone else? Thank you all. Oh, I'm sorry, Delegate Jim Scott, our dear friend, who's retiring. Thank you for being here. We also have from our Atlanta Cox headquarters, Amy Quinn. And we have some great team members from our Virginia operations. So we've got Gary McCullum, who's our Senior Vice President, General Manager, Region Manager. We've got J.D. Myers back there. J.D.'s the head of our Northern Virginia operations. We've got Vanya Aileen, who's the head of HR. She's in the back there. She's the one who hires everybody, so you guys want to see her about a job, okay? Go see Vanya. Well, not right now. Not right now. Maybe after the show, okay? We also have Barry Olson and Joey Lassane joining us from our D.C. office. So, and then our fabulous project team, we've got Tracy Kubis, Jessica Carver, Angelique, Emma Inman, our Director of Public Affairs. So thanks, Mike Bass and Will Rodriguez. Thanks to everyone for being here today. All right. So before we get started, I want you all to know that we have lots of guests who are not in the room. See that little camera up there where Will is? Will, wave your hand. So we are streaming this live over the internet. So there are lots more people seeing us today, like reporters and CEOs and all kinds of important people. Yeah, so say hi to them. And we want to give a special shout out to the Superintendent of Fairfax County Public Schools, Jack Dale, who couldn't be with us today because he's home recovering. We're thinking of you and thank you for being such a great partner. So, without further ado, give a big round of applause for Gary McCullum from Cox Communications.
All right, what a great day. And thank you, Catherine, and welcome everyone again. This is a great event. And first, before I talk, let me just talk to the children first. You know, I shared with a couple of you that it wasn't a whole lot of years ago that I was in the same shoes you were in. I grew up in a housing project in a place called Richmond, Virginia, and I attended, back then it was called a boys club. It wasn't a boys and girls club, it was just a boys club. And at that boys and girls club, that's why I was telling you about getting A's. I learned to do my homework and study habits and to really develop a love for learning. And that has helped me throughout my whole career. And so I really expect you guys to do the same thing. And that's why I was asking you about, you know, are you making A's and are you going to college? Because those things are really, really, really important. And this experience at the clubs really showed me that the profound impact that education can have on your lives. Like, you didn't know what the FCC chairwoman does, but that's a really, really big, important job. And you can only get those kinds of jobs when you get your education and get those A's. So again, it's a pleasure to be here with you guys and also the other important people that are here. It's such an honor for us to be joined today by Acting Chairwoman Mignon Clyburn, Chairman Bolivar, Marybeth Luftglass, Zach Leverance, Wan Hee King, and so many other elected officials, community leaders, partners, all of you who've joined us today. Thank you all for coming to this event to help us celebrate, because this is a time of celebration. I'd also like to again introduce J.D. Myers. J.D. is again our Market Vice President. J.D. does a phenomenal job of running our operation here in Northern Virginia, and I just again wanted to recognize him for his leadership. Again, J.D., thanks for being here. So on behalf of Cox, again, thank you for taking the time to come out and help us celebrate. We are extremely excited about Connect to Compete. As a company, we believe in supporting our youth and helping them to achieve academic success. Providing access to affordable internet services is only the first step in achieving a digitally active and engaged community, and it's a critical foundational step in helping young people to excel academically and later as they enter the workforce, because we all need a great, talented workforce in this global society. Cox has a strong history of supporting broadband adoption programs across the country, and in doing so, that way it connects our most vulnerable members of our society, our children, connects those so that they can compete and have a greater success in the digital world that awaits them. We all know that children who don't have access to the internet at home are at a disadvantage at school, and they fall behind their peers. And I was sharing with somebody else, not only do they fall behind, but it's difficult, if not impossible, for them to ever catch up. No child should fall behind because they don't have access to critical technology, and that's why this program is so important. It's also why Cox was proud to be the first cable provider in the nation to join the Connect to Compete partnership. At Cox, we set up a pilot broadband adoption program 5 years ago, and we are now thrilled to offer this program to every eligible family in our service area. The Connect to Compete process is seamless, so the program can expand, enabling thousands of more families to participate. And by working together with our partners, especially all of you here today, we're taking steps toward bridging the digital divide. No one organization or company can make this all happen on their own. It takes many partners to make a broadband adoption program possible. The Connect to Compete program is bringing together the top companies and experts across industries to enhance the educational experience of children and economic prospects of their parents. I and all of Cox, not just here in Virginia, but around the country, we thank you for your support and your continued enthusiasm. And I want to particularly thank, again, the entire team at Fairfax County Public Schools. And Jack, again, another shout out to you. We're sorry you couldn't be here, but speedy recovery. But again, really thank the entire Fairfax County Public Schools and the Office of Public-Private Partnerships for all of your hard work and support of the program. This has certainly been a team effort, as you know, and your commitment is very much appreciated. And now it's my privilege to introduce Mignon Clyburn, the acting chairwoman of the FCC. Please join us.
Good afternoon again, everyone.
Good afternoon.
First, I would like to thank my new friends at the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you. Have a seat. I appreciate it. Murray Gate Village for being such wonderful hosts, and to the members of the surrounding community, thank you so much for embracing all of us who care so much about all of you. Allow me to also thank Zach for doing such a great job as CEO of Connect to Compete. And of course, a special thanks to Cox for your leadership in the efforts to close the digital divide. 1 year ago, this week as a matter of fact, former FCC Chairman Julius, forgot his name already, Julius Janikowski was in San Diego with Cox CEO Pat Esser to launch the first ever Connect to Compete pilot program, which made discounted broadband available to thousands of Southern California families. And I am proud today to stand with my good friend and new father, Gary McCullum, to celebrate the fact that Cox, as part of the Connect to Compete program, is giving families in Northern Virginia that very same opportunity to get online at a price that fits within their budgets. Why this effort is so important? Why is it so important for families to have high-speed internet, not just for these communities, but for our nation as a whole? It is because today, broadband is no longer a luxury. It is a basic necessity. Access to high-speed internet is fundamentally changing the way we experience the world, and it has become the thread that literally connects our society. It means pathways to better education, healthcare, job opportunities, news and information. It can also serve as the great equalizer, providing residents of any community access to opportunities that would have previously been beyond reach. The flip side of this is digital exclusion, which prevents Americans from participating in some of the most basic facets of today's society. The fact is that far too many of our friends, neighbors, and children are on the wrong side of the digital divide, and the cost to them and to us, my friends, it's too high. So while it is true that we have made progress, yes we have, in closing the digital divide over the past few years, increasing broadband adoption from about 60% in 2008 to about 70% today, the fact remains that 1/3 of Americans, 1/3 of our fellow citizens, still have yet to adopt high-speed internet at home, and that is about 100 million people. Certain populations find themselves disproportionately on the wrong side of the digital divide. 50% in rural America, 65% of our elderly citizens, 58% of those living with disabilities, 41% of African Americans, and 51% of Latinos have not adopted broadband service at home, and the most cited barriers are affordability, lack of digital literacy, and a failure to recognize the value of broadband. The FCC, with all of you, recognize that we all have a role in closing these divides, and we are very proud of our role in kickstarting Connect to Compete, the most comprehensive public-private partnership effort to close the digital divide. Connect to Compete is tackling each of those barriers to adoption, and today's announcement should go a long way towards overcoming the affordability barrier in Northern Virginia. Eligible families, as you know, can now get high-speed internet for under $10 a month with no activation fee option and no modem rental fees. In other words, for the price of a movie ticket, families can have a month of access to critical search information, amazing discounts, social network connections, trending video highlights. You don't have to watch Cats all the time, those crazy cats. Trending video highlights and much, much more. But we need to get the message across that everybody benefits when we are all able to get online and Connect to Compete, and partners like Cox and all of you are offering unique opportunities to do so. I remain committed to being a part of the solution, joined with key partners like the Boys and Girls Clubs, school administrators, elected and appointed officials, because you, quite frankly, are best suited to get the adoption message across in many ways that government officials like me may not. So I am hopeful that this family, this collective will grow, and that we will encourage more and more friends and organizations to reinforce the benefits of adoptions, and so that more and more people and communities will become engaged. Low-cost hardware and service offerings, and the commitment of key community navigators like you keep us at the FCC very excited about Connect to Compete's potential and reach, and I am looking forward, just like you, to more and more great results, because it's for these beautiful faces that we're here, and it's because of these beautiful faces, yes, you are beautiful, you knew that, right? That we will do everything in our power to get the results that you deserve so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairwoman Clyburn. I want to introduce now the CEO of Connect to Compete nationally, Zach Leverance.
Thank you. And thank you, Acting Chairwoman Clyburn. That was, those inspired words left me with very little to say. But your passion and your commitment to this just ring true, and we really appreciate your continued support and your continued efforts around this closing the digital divide, and we know we can count you as a champion. I also want to thank a few other folks, Murraygate for hosting us here, of course Cox for putting together what is truly now a national offer for everyone in your footprint. This is new stuff, this is big stuff, and we're excited about it. We also want to thank, of course, the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Washington, Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, local elected officials who are here, the Fairfax County Public Schools. Thank you for being here. We're so excited to be announcing the launch of this Connect to Compete initiative with Cox. Cox, as someone mentioned, Gary, I think was the first program partner to come on board and test this idea of creating low-cost, high-speed broadband as part of a collective impact model with other partners across the country. It's a hard thing to do, herding cats under one tent, but you showed the fortitude and the commitment to do it, and we're standing here today with a lot of success already under our belts and much more to come. I want to talk just for a minute about why this is so important without reiterating everything that's already been said. Let me just ask you guys, how many of you get homework still? Yeah, that's what I thought. And how many of you have to do some of your homework online? 77, exactly. That's about exactly right, the national average. Now, 77% of teachers are assigning homework online. If you do not have a home connectivity option, if you don't have internet at home, it's no longer a question. We know what the costs are, and you're being left behind. And teachers are put in a very difficult position now, having to choose: do we hold back 50% of the class, or leave behind the other 50%? So this is not acceptable for us, especially when we know that disproportionately, as the acting chairwoman mentioned, this is minority and low-income Americans that are affected. So we know what the costs are. If we talk about jobs, 80% of jobs are exclusively listed online today. And that's not just finding the jobs, it's actually applying for the jobs too. So one, you can't find the jobs, and two, if you find them, you can't apply for them unless you have two things: internet access and basic digital literacy. So the other two things that we do together as part of this impact model is create opportunities for digital literacy for young people and for adults through a network of 21,000 centers and nonprofits. If you go to connecttocompete.org or everyoneon.org, which is our ad council campaign, you'll find a locator tool where you can hit your zip code and find all the free training that's around your area. And remember, there's 21,000. I did a check here. There's many here in Fairfax County that you can take advantage of. A lot of libraries, and they're one of our partners here. Boys and Girls Clubs as well. So that's one piece of this that we also have to work together to solve. And then lastly, relevance, personal value. We all understand how important this is, but we also need to make sure that those without internet connectivity understand the relevance too. So with the Ad Council and with local partners, we're doing a 3-year multilingual Ad Council campaign with the key message: do what you're doing, but do it better online. And I think that's really important. There's customizable posters and downloadable flyers for all of you to work with in your current centers and in your local communities to make this real and bring it home. We know we're going to win or lose this with you guys at the grassroots level, and we really want to thank you for your participation and help you any way we can. We're actually in D.C. as headquartered there, and we're very much opening our doors and available to talk about specific solutions, context-specific solutions to getting over those barriers to adoption, which we know are cost, relevance, and skills. So thank you very much, and we look forward to working with you. Cheers.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you. I'd like to welcome the Secretary of Technology for the Commonwealth of Virginia, Jim Duffy.
Good afternoon, everyone. You know, one of the good things about my job is I get to represent the governor of the Commonwealth when he has a schedule conflict. And I spoke with him this morning. He knows I'm here this afternoon. He's very excited about the project, and he wishes you all good luck and success as you move forward. Now, another thing about this job is that usually when you're fourth or fifth in line to speak at one of these events, everything that needs to be said has already been said, but everyone that needs to say it hasn't said it. So I have prepared a few remarks. I think in general the Commonwealth recognizes the need for every student to have affordable, reliable broadband access. And we're pleased to be here today to celebrate the launch of this important initiative to help promote broadband adoption and literacy. Programs such as Connect to Compete have the power to open doors to students throughout Virginia who would otherwise go without access to the online resources necessary to effectively participate in today's educational opportunities and career exploration activities. The governor's placed a high priority on increased participation in STEM disciplines, and access to broadband services is imperative for students to be able to take full advantage of the online programs, courses, and opportunities offered by the Commonwealth. Our students are not the only ones who benefit from broadband capabilities. All of our citizens need proper access to the internet. Our world becomes more and more digital every day, and our citizens become more connected every day. The governor's taken great pride in the increased number of online offerings the Commonwealth provides to its citizens. Just a sample of things Virginia citizens can do online now: pay their taxes, handle their car registration or license renewal, or register their business, with all the needed agencies made accessible in one spot by our online business stop, One Stop. Digital services not only help the taxpayer dollars, but it also helps make citizens' lives easier. It allows them to interact with their government 7/24, 365 if they want to. Ensuring that all areas of the Commonwealth have proper coverage ensures that all of our citizens can take advantage of everything we have to offer. Proper internet access and training is also imperative for businesses of all sizes. Virginia's continuously ranked
So I'm looking over the podium here. Who would like to guess what our highest priority is in Fairfax County? And I know that Dr. Dale, who's watching this, and that is also a hint, knows the answer to that question. More than half of our budget goes to who? They would love that. That is a great answer. But actually you're getting very close. What's the highest? The students. You guys. You guys. Our young people are our highest priority, and we want to make sure in Fairfax County that all of our young people, all of our students, all of our residents have a level playing field and have all of the advantages that you need in order to succeed and in order to reach your potential. Do you know what potential means? Potential means what you can do or what you can reach for, what you can get. And so you all have a potential. You all have your highest potential. And it's important for Fairfax County to make sure that we are investing in what you need in order to gain your highest potential, to be the best that you can be. So I want to say congratulations, and it is beautiful when things come together. And Wendy Lemieux is here from our Office of Public-Private Partnerships. And what that means is that when Fairfax County does things, we like to do things with partners. And this program is an absolute poster child for the way we like to operate in Fairfax County. And so we have all of our partners here today. We've got you. We've got Cox Communications, one of our most generous corporate neighbors. We have the schools who are here with us, the General Assembly who is here with us, the Boys and Girls Club who is here with us. Everyone who needs to be with us is here today to make your greatest potential happen. So I'm glad to be here to celebrate, and I'm so grateful to Cox for making this happen, and we're very, very happy to have Cox as our partner into the next many, many years. We just signed a new franchise to extend our partnership, so thank you.
Thank you, Chairwoman Bolivar from the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors. Next, we want to call up one of our great partners, Mary Beth Lefglass. Mary Beth is the Assistant Superintendent at the Fairfax County Public Schools and the Chief Information Officer. Thank you for being here.
Good afternoon, everybody. And what the Chief Information Officer means, that means I'm in charge of computers for the schools. So do you guys like school and like using technology in your schools? Yes. All right. Well, one of the great things about this fabulous program is that we're going to make sure that the kids can have access to computers and the internet outside of school. We have a wonderful initiative, and we are so grateful to Cox and all the partners here for making this possible. Recently, we did a survey of all of our 120,000 families in Fairfax County, and we found out that 93% have internet access at home, which sounds like a lot of people, which it is. But that means 7% do not have internet access at home. And that means 8,400 families or 12,000 kids do not have access to the internet at home, just here in Fairfax County. So that means that programs like this are absolutely critical for us to close that digital divide. Fairfax County Public Schools has fabulous schools, and we have fabulous student achievement. But that student achievement also includes a gap of achievement. We want to make sure that all of our kids have all of the opportunities to have the highest level of academic achievement and can achieve all the wonderful things that our schools have in mind for all of our kids. So programs like this are just absolutely essential. We want to thank Cox. We want to thank everybody for being our partner. We have a very supportive community, and the Board of Supervisors always looks out for us, and we appreciate that. Dr. Dale is recovering from surgery, and he's home recovering, but this has been very, very important. He's been very excited. We've been meeting with Cox for a long time and so excited to have this coming to fruition. So thank you all for being partners. Thank you for making kids our #1 priority, and have a wonderful afternoon.
Yay! Thank you, Mary Beth. I want to call Wanhee Kang from the Boys and Girls Club up. Thank you, Wanhee.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right. Okay, boys and girls, I want you to look around the room. Look around. You don't have to stand up, but look around. Okay. Okay. I want you to know that Boys and Girls Club is here because of these people's support. We can only be here and have fun and have wonderful activities just because the support of these wonderful people. So, before I start any talk, let's thank them, shall we? Okay. Okay. On behalf of kids we serve every day, in Fairfax County, we serve 500 young people. In Greater Washington area, we serve 15,000 young people. In state of Virginia, we serve 92,000 young people. Nationwide, 3 million young people our movement serve. We can only do this, and we can offer programs and activities and a service club like this with your support. In year 2007, we have a wonderful chairman of the board, Fairfax County Board. He had a vision to partner with the Fairfax County government and Boys and Girls Club and his company called Cox Communications. Did you get that? Cox Communications. And his name is Mr. Gary McCollum. Right here. Yes. That's how this club was created. Yes, that's right. By him. And with her help.
Yeah.
That's right. That's how we worked. I'd like to recognize a couple of our board members, Fairfax County board member. Of course, he's a past chairman. Miss Carla Bruce, right there. Please raise your hand, right? Miss Jessica Carver, right there. She serves in our board. Well, let's talk about some impacts. What does it do when you actually support Boys and Girls Club? I actually would like to share 2 stories because you've been standing, so I don't want to, really make you too tired here. 2 stories. 1, in this club, in this spring quarter, this club celebrates 100% of our young people got more than satisfactory above grade. 100%. Okay? This club alone, past 6 years, 100% high school graduation. Lastly, I'd like to celebrate the success of our movement, especially this year, because we have Youth of the Year for State of Virginia and District Columbia. The young person's name is Henry Lopez. Yeah, that's right. Good job. Very, very, very good. And I want you to be Youth of the Year in 10 years. That's right. He came from Como area where MS-13 gangs were so active. We create this little club called Character Club. The name was created because the way that we can succeed our young people, our leaderships, we believed character development. More than anything else, character development. Our young people need to know what's right from wrong. This boy joined the club when he was 4.5 years old. He's 18 years old now, graduating from Jeff Stewart High School. GPA of 4.3. Yes, yes, 4.3. He was accepted for 6 different colleges in this area. He decided to go to George Mason University because the school offered him full ride, 4 years. Wow. Okay. His name is Henry Lopez. Hi, Kay. Henry Lopez. Well, if you want to think about and talk about impact and outcome, I would say right here, Mr. Henry Lopez. Please keep the young people when they're young. Then we will groom them for 14, 15 years. Every day after school and summer camps. Year after year after year after year. Boys and girls, what do you do when you come to Boys and Girls Club? What's the first thing you have to do? Thank you. What do we call that? That's right. What do you get when you complete those power hour things? That's right. You get character credit. That's how it works. Your character can happen when you demonstrate it. Please don't tell me you know the character. It doesn't work for me. Demonstrate it. Show me that you can choose right. That's what we do at Boys and Girls Club. So, ladies and gentlemen, please do not stop supporting us, okay? Did I say I want him to be a Youth of the Year? Yeah. How many years do I need from you? 10. Or more, like Henry Lopez. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ani. Thank you, and we're so pleased to be here at the Boys and Girls Club, where there's a wonderful computer learning center here. And of course, for many years, that was the way we reached children so they could do their after-school work. And now we are taking it to the next step after seeing great success with the kids using the computer learning centers. Next, I want to call up Brent Wilkes from the League of United Latin American Citizens. Brent is their executive director. Thank you for joining us.
Gosh, I wasn't expecting to say anything, but I do want to congratulate all the partners to the Boys and Girls Club for this fantastic center, to Cox Communications for the internet access and the wonderful program through Connect to Compete, and of course to Connect to Compete, and the incredible work that you're doing to help bring broadband access to communities across the country. This is something that at LULAC we consider extremely important. We know that the future is our young folks, like the folks that are here today, and that in order to empower you and to make sure that you have the greatest opportunities for the future, we have to close that digital divide. We have to make sure that we have access, and we have to be helping you prepare for the workforce of the future. And that's what this project and initiative is all about. So congratulations also to all the government folks that are here. And Mignon, you're fantastic. Congratulations to you and to becoming the acting chair for the FCC. We're very excited for you. And I know that it was your idea originally that brought us to this day to really be able to offer the kind of broadband access across the country at such a attractive rate for families. So we're excited to be part of it. We have 60 technology centers. We're signed up with Connect to Compete, and we're offering training at those centers. We're also evangelists trying to spread the word about the different opportunities to get the low-cost broadband access across the country. We think we're in a race against time. We've got to make sure that you guys have access, because you're going to have to compete in a global marketplace when you grow up. And the best way to do that is to make sure that you understand not only the internet, but of course all kinds of math and science, because that's really going to help you for the future. So thanks again, congratulations to all the partners, and thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. And I just wanted to welcome Delegate Kate Corey, and again say thank you to Senator Poehler, Delegate Scott Survell, Delegate Vivian Watts, Delegate Jim Scott, our wonderful legislative partners, for being here to celebrate with us today. I'm going to have Gary McCullum come back up, and Chairwoman Clyburn, if you could help Gary make some special surprise presentations.
All right. I like this. I like getting surprises.
So we have some awards for some of our wonderful partners who have helped us actually launch this program. And the first one goes to
Miss Andrea Powell.
Andrea Powell, Director of Information Technology, Fairfax County Public Schools. Andrea, turn around for a photo. You want to turn around for a photo with the two of them? Fabulous. We just could not have done this launch without her dedication, so thank you so much.
And the next award is Karen Fuentes.
From the Office of Public-Private Partnerships, Karen. Thank you so much, Karen. You want to take a photo? Yeah, terrific. Great, and we'll have Mary Beth come and accept one for one of our dear partners.
Lori
Knickerbocker.
from
All
Fairfax
right.
County, County Schools.
Yeah, why not? And finally, we'll have Mona come up and accept one
This is for Walt Carlson.
from the Fairfax County Council of PTAs. So you've all heard that it takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a village to put together a launch of Connect to Compete. So thank you to them for their great efforts. And again, thanks to Jack Dale. Gary, you want to come and close it out, and then we'll do the big ribbon cutting with our iPad.
I think all that needed to be said has been said. I guess if I could say one other thing, and that is to you guys down here, you guys listening down here? This may not seem like it's, you know, a lot of people are getting up talking, but one of these days, God willing, you're going to be our age. I know that sounds funny, doesn't it? I know. And so I just want you guys to promise me one thing, Wanhee and all the work that these people are doing on your behalf, that when you are in a position to do this for somebody else, I want you to make me a promise that you're going to do the same thing. Will you do that? Yes. Okay. All right. Well, listen, on behalf of Cox Communications, again, thank all of you for being here. We do a lot of great things in the community. This is what our company is about. My boss is the great-grandson of the founder of our company. His family members are named Cox. It's not a made-up marketing name. It's someone's name. And this is what we do. We take care of our employees, we take care of our customers, and we make a difference in the communities that we serve. This is a great day, and you guys have made it even more special by being here today. So with that, I think we're ready to
So I'd like for all
to
of
cut
our
the ribbon.
speakers